Summer is here. That means the kiddos are out of school and they may be looking for something to do. How about reading? One of our favorite activities. I know I loved being read to as a kid. And joining us on the CoastLife couch this afternoon is an author, Maria Hazzard. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So you have our book here.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the book you wrote, the characters, the story. What are readers going to find inside?
Okay. The book is called The Adventure of Paul Bear. It's about a little boy who actually lives in Alaska with his parents. They're on an expedition. Something happens. Not going to tell you what happens.
A little teaser.
A little teaser. And he ends up getting separated from his parents. Once he gets separated from his parents, he gets adopted by an unusual family of polar bears. So he ends up having being raised by these polar bears. And then eventually he decides, you know what, I want to be brave and I want to go out and go find my family.
Ooh, this is exciting.
I know.
I love this.
So what was sort of the inspiration? It's a very unique set of circumstances, unique characters. How did this story come about?
So it was just a matter of me. I've been an educator for 25 plus years, always have loved to read with children. And my husband is the one that inspired me to say, hey, why don't you just make your own book?
Yeah.
It's something that we do, is a passion of mine. I read with my kids all the time. And so that's where it started from. And then he gave me the idea of, hey, how about a boy who gets raised by a polar bear? So,
Oh, that's so sweet. So this was kind of the idea, was a conjoined effort with you and your husband.
yes.
That is so cool. That makes it maybe that much more special for you.
Yes, it
Very
is.
cool.
Very special.
Yeah, a
That's
lot of
so
love
sweet.
going into that.
Right. Yeah. So can you get this book locally? If not, where can people pick it up?
Yes, so they can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble online. And then usually I'm at a book fair or two. It's actually in the Milford Public Library as well as the Georgetown Library and the Seaford Library. So if anybody is looking for something to do in the summer, it's always good to read to our kids in the summertime. It's always a good way to bond.
Yeah.
So they're able to reach out and get it there as well.
It really truly is one of my favorite childhood memories. When I comb back through my mind, my mom read stories to us all the time before bed, and it really was such a special way to bond throughout the years.
Definitely. And so who would you recommend this story is for, age-wise, just demographic-wise?
I would recommend, if it's a read aloud for pre-K, kindergarten, once they start getting into reading on their own, it's a good book for pre-K to second grade. Read aloud during a pre-K time and then on their own probably about first grade.
Okay. And I know you said you're an educator.
Yes.
So just talk to us too, the importance that you've seen when it comes to getting kids involved in reading and really falling in love with it.
Yes, it all starts with that listening of just beginning to love reading. Reading to your kids all the time. It does so much. Reading helps with communication. It helps with language building. It helps with just cognitive and everything. So that's one important key. Keys like reading is the building block to everything else, right? Even people don't even realize that even in math and science and things like that, having that reading literacy kind of jumpstarts everything else. So reading to your kids is the fundamental thing to do. It does bring togetherness as well. Putting your child on your lap and being able to read with them is such a wonderful thing to do. Having them read back to you and building that language and building that vocabulary. It's just something that everyone should do at least 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Yeah, definitely.
And I see we've got some friends here too.
We do. We have,
Do you find that they are helpful tools sometimes in getting kids excited about reading?
Yes. They all usually when I set up, they usually straight go for that. It's like, no, but if you read the book, or even things like, where would you find the bear? Would you find it in Alaska? Would you find it in So they're good talking points to kind of get the kids kind of interested. Yeah.
Very cool. It kind of brings their characters to life.
Yes, absolutely.
And is there anything else that you hope that readers, but maybe both young and old, get out of The Adventures of Paul Bear?
Yes. First thing is you can find love in any, a family can be anywhere. You can build that love anywhere. They don't have to look like you in order for you to be a family. That's first and foremost. And then the importance of just being brave. I may not know, but you know what? I'm going to be brave and I'm going to go out there and do this thing. So
very great lessons for kids in a fun way that they won't even maybe realize they're learning.
And a good reminder for adults too, I think.
Yes.
You read them to those kids, you're like, oh.
Yes.
Paul's got a point. Well, Maria, one more time, where is your book available so that people can get a hold of it for some summer reading?
So they're available on Amazon, online on Amazon, or on Barnes & Noble online as well.
Perfect.
And then in your local libraries.
Yes. Well,
Sounds
thank you so
great.
much for coming in today.
Thank you.
It's very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere because we've got more stories to share when CoastLife gets back.